This is the great irony of human existence, that we are the only creatures who can imagine the future so vividly that we forget to inhabit the present, and then we look back with regret, not because life was cruel, but because we were absent from it. And presence, unlike time or money, cannot be saved, only practiced. What Alan Watts understood so well is that these regrets are not personal failures. They are symptoms of a misunderstanding about what life is, because we treat life as a problem to be solved rather than an experience to be lived. And when you treat life as a problem, you focus on outcomes, achievements, and future states, believing that once you reach them, fulfillment will appear. But fulfillment is not something waiting at the end of effort. It is something that appears when effort relaxes enough for you to notice where you already are. People often ask, how do I avoid these regrets? As if regret were a mistake rather than a teacher. But the answer is not found in trying to optimize life to avoid pain. It is found in changing how we relate to time, fear, and presence, because regret arises when we live unconsciously, when we follow scripts without questioning them, when we assume there will always be more time, and when we confuse busyness with meaning. Spending time with the people you love does not require grand gestures. It requires small, repeated acts of presence, listening without distraction, showing up without agenda, and allowing yourself to be interrupted. Because love lives in interruption, not in efficiency, and this is precisely why it feels inconvenient to modern life, which values speed, output, and constant motion. Working less is not always possible in a literal sense, but working differently is, because work becomes consuming when it becomes identity, when who you are is fused with what you produce, and detaching self-worth from productivity is one of the bravest acts a person can make in a society that rewards exhaustion. Letting fear loosen its grip does not mean eliminating fear, because fear never leaves completely. It means learning to listen to it without obeying it blindly, recognizing that fear speaks in absolutes, while life speaks in possibilities. And courage is not the absence of fear, but the decision not to let fear make every choice for you. Being braver in the face of uncertainty does not mean saying yes to everything. It means trusting yourself enough to step into the unknown without demanding guarantees, and understanding that regret often comes not from failure, but from never trying. And staying connected to the present does not require abandoning plans or responsibilities. It requires remembering that the only moment you can actually live is the one happening now, and that the future you are preparing for will only ever be experienced as a present moment, just like this one. And if you are not practicing presence now, you will not suddenly become present later. The 5 regrets people